Imagine a door sealed from the inside, a smooth, stubborn lock between you and the quiet voice that used to guide every step. For many, the knock has turned into static, a muffled line, a distant warmth you can sense but cannot follow. Some call that sealed space the pineal, an antenna of subtle perception. Some say modern conditioning and chemical interference have coated that lock, a slow dulling that hides the light behind it. Whatever language you use, the felt reality is the same. Your inner guidance feels slowed, muted, or impossible to trust. Today, we open a different possibility. You do not need to plead for that door to open. There is a code, a 3-key frequency that reestablishes the connection: recognition, authority, command. I will walk you through the theory, the safe lifestyle signposts, and a guided invocation that you can use now. If this reaches you, if your chest tightens or your spine pricks as you listen, stay. If this message touches you, type in the comments, "I activate the pineal." Press like to anchor the intent and let the community feel it with you. For centuries, voices have tried to teach you how to ask. Prayer as petition, humility as surrender. There is a deeper current, older than institutional forms, that speaks of direct remembrance, a sudden, visceral return to who you are at source. Gnostic teachers named the hidden forces that divert attention, archons, intermediaries, patterns that make the ordinary world seem primary. In symbolic language, the demiurge keeps the lights low. This is not an argument against faith or science. It is a mythic frame for understanding how conditioning can obscure subtle perception. Jesus raising Lazarus in those accounts is often used by mystics as an image of authoritative command over a state. We use it here as analogy, a pattern of remembering and aligning power, not as a step-by-step manual or a revision of sacred texts. Think of it as an archetype, a clear intention issued from presence, and a reality that responds. Now, the modern secret often named in spiritual circles is fluoride. Some researchers, many teachers, and countless anecdotal reports suggest that fluoride is one factor among cultural, dietary, and technological influences associated with reduced melatonin rhythms or altered subtle perception. Science is contested here. Definitive claims about a single chemical causing a literal calcification of the pineal are not proven consensus. So we will speak carefully. Some people choose to reduce fluoride exposure as a personal, low-risk decision. They use filtered water, they choose fluoride-free toothpaste, or they simply become more conscious about what goes in and around them. These are optional lifestyle choices, not medical prescriptions. The core of what matters, the thing that actually carries change, is not a single external act, but a shift in your frequency. That shift is what this 3-key protocol is for. The 3 keys are simple in their architecture but precise in practice. First, recognition. This is the felt memory of who you are beyond conditioning, a visceral, "I remember." It is not intellectual belief. It is a bodily recognition, a settling into your center. Second, authority. Once recognized, you embody sovereignty. This is not arrogance. It is the quiet, unshakable posture of one who knows their right to speak in their own name. Third, command. With a clear, concise declaration issued from recognized authority, you release intention into the field and then let go. The pattern is recognition, authority, command. Each key matches to an inner gesture, breath and attention, posture and tone, and then a concise spoken line followed by release. Before we move into the practice, I want to give you a handful of safe, optional habits many practitioners report as supportive. These are not medical advice. They are choices people make to feel less chemically and culturally muffled. Some recommend a simple water filter to reduce fluoride in drinking water. Some choose fluoride-free toothpaste and speak openly about the simplicity of sunlight exposure in the morning to support circadian rhythms. Others emphasize regular sleep, reduced processed sugar, and periods of silence. None of these promises a miracle. Yet, combined with a disciplined internal protocol, the 3 keys, they can form a practical container for your practice. Now let me describe how the 3 keys feel in the body. Recognition is an inward descent. You breathe, you soften the mind, and you ask a question that the body answers. Who is this that is listening? You wait until an image, a tone, or a sensation arises. That is the recollection. Authority is the straightening of your spine, the unflinching exhale of a claim, not loudness, but clarity. Command is the concise instruction you send into your experience, a short line of intention delivered with the breath and then released into the world without grasping. We will now move into a guided invocation. I will lead you through the steps. Prepare, disconnect, descend, resonate, speak, and release. Use your voice if you feel safe doing so. If you prefer, speak silently in your mind with the same cadence. The practice lasts only a few minutes, but please treat it as an act of presence. Do not multitask. Do not operate heavy machinery. And if at any point you feel discomfort, simply open your eyes, breathe, and return later. Remember, this is a ritual of alignment, not a medical treatment. If you have health concerns, consult an appropriate professional. Begin by finding a stable seat. Anchor your feet on the floor, your spine lifted but not rigid. Rest your hands where they feel natural. Close your eyes if that feels safe. The first instruction: disconnect. Turn your attention away from the noise, the news feeds, the inner critics, the automatic loops of should and worry. Imagine drawing your attention in like a curtain pulled toward the center of your chest. Breathe slowly. Inhale for a steady count. Exhale for a longer release. With each exhale, feel the edges of your attention condense. Now descend. Picture an elevator of light that moves down the spine from the base of the skull into the middle of the chest, the place some traditions call the throne. With every breath, let the elevator take you lower into presence. This descent is not sinking or dissociation. It is settling into your heart center. Feel your ribs soften. There may be a warmth or a small pressure between the sternum and the breastbone. This is the home of resonance. Resonate. Begin to find the tone of your center. It may be a subtle hum in the chest, a quiet warmth, or a sense of open stillness. Breathe into that space and notice how your vocal cords vibrate if you make sound. You are cultivating a field, a place of felt authority. Stay in that quality for a few breaths. Notice whether words arise naturally. If they do not, that is fine. The practice is state first. You embody the stance before you issue speech. When you are ready, we will move through the 3-key vocal template. Use your voice or, if you prefer, hold the lines silently with the same emphasis and cadence. First, report the state. Say aloud, clearly and briefly, monad, I am present. Or, if you prefer a different name for source, address it. Source, I return. This is not a plea, it is a report. You are letting the field know who stands here, calmly and fully. Second, claim your authority. Speak this with the posture of someone who knows their right to exist and to speak. I claim the authority inherent in my being. I stand in the sovereignty of my true self. Feel the chest resonate with that claim. This is not aggression. It is a reclaiming of voice. Third, issue the command. Make it concise and direct. You can use a phrase like, align and release the obscuration that dims my antenna. Allow intuition to recalibrate, or craft your own short line. Clear the seal and restore my sight to inner knowing. Keep the command simple. Do not over-explain. The potency lies in precision and release. Then release. Say, so it is, or, it is done. Hold silence as the field receives it. Do not check. This is crucial. The moment of letting go is the moment the process moves without your grip. If you recheck, asking, testing, immediately searching for results, You collapse the field back into doubt. Trust the act. If you prefer a slightly different rhythm, here is another version you can use silently. Report, I return to presence. Authority, I claim my birthright of inner sight. Command, remove the veil, allow the antenna to hear. Release, it is complete. Spend a full minute in silence after your command. Breathe naturally. Allow sensations to arise without commentary. You might feel warmth, slight emptiness, the release of a squeeze in the chest, or nothing at all. Any response is valid. Do not chase a particular sensation. For those who are more nervous about vocal practice, do it silently but with the same intent. Hold the report in your mind as if you had spoken it. Feel the claim in your heart. Issue the short command with inner breath. Then let go. Some practical notes for the field. When you speak from recognized authority, your intention interacts with a matrix of conditioning. There will be interference. It shows up as 3 characteristic responses, often in this order: collapse, echo, neutrality. Collapse is a temporary breakdown that may feel like an emotional release, a sudden tiredness, a small panic, or the appearance of old images and stories. Think of it as the system rearranging itself. When you change one frequency, unstable patterns may fall apart briefly. If collapse occurs, hold steady. Breathe. Do not judge the content that arises. Observe it as passing weather. Ground yourself with simple actions: a walk, water, or rest. You are not broken. This is reconfiguration. Echo is the phase where the field offers matching patterns. You may notice synchronicities, repeated numbers, people showing you things that reflect your intention, dreams containing relevant symbols. Echoes are not proof of completion, but signs that a pattern is resonating with the world. Note them. Do not cling. Use them as gentle confirmation. Neutrality is the deep sign. A quiet center that no longer reacts compulsively. In neutrality, the urge to check fades. You feel steady. Your inner compass communes without agitation. This calm is the most reliable signal that the field has integrated the intention. Expect latency. Integration takes time. Some report immediate subtle shifts. Others notice change after days or weeks. Resist the temptation to demand a timetable. The pattern you are setting is what matters. Repeat the protocol daily for a short, consistent period. Even 3 minutes every morning is better than an intense session once in a month. While you cultivate the internal frequency, you may wish to adopt supportive external practices. Again, these are optional personal choices, not medical advice. If you choose, consider a few low-risk measures. Using a basic carbon block or reverse osmosis filter for drinking water if fluoride in your area concerns you. Selecting a fluoride-free toothpaste if that aligns with your values. Exposing yourself to morning sunlight to regulate circadian rhythm. Limiting processed sugar and alcohol when possible. Prioritizing deep sleep and restorative rest. Teachers also recommend regular periods of silence, breath work, and unplugging from screens for extended intervals. All of these support nervous system regulation and make your inner practice more sustainable. A word about language. You may hear strong statements online claiming a guaranteed physical decalcification after a single practice or product. That is not what we are offering. We are proposing a protocol of frequency, attention, and personal choice that can clear your channel for intuition. The metaphor of calcification helps describe the sensation of stiffness or numbness in inner listening. The remedy here is energetic realignment combined with conscious lifestyle choices. If you have medical questions about calcification or health conditions, consult a licensed professional. Let us return now to a slightly longer guided sequence, performed at your pace. I will speak it as an invocation. Feel free to echo or hold silently. Disconnect, breathe, let your attention fold inward. Hear the quiet like a tide pulling back from the shore. With each breath, collect the scattered pieces of your day into a single point in the chest. Descend. Visualize the elevator of light moving down the spine, calm, slow, sure. As it reaches your chest, feel that place expand into a small throne room. Sit in that throne. You are both witness and ruler here. Resonate. Find the tone of this throne. Perhaps a hum, perhaps a silence that vibrates like a bell when struck. Stay in that vibration until your awareness aligns. Report. Speak or think. Monad. I am here, present in my center. Authority. Speak. I stand in the authority of my true nature. Command. Speak. Release the obscuration on my inner sight. Restore the clarity of my antenna so I may hear what I am meant to hear. Release. Say, it is done. Keep silence. Hold the silence for 50 to 90 seconds. Breathe. If thoughts enter, name them. Thinking, planning, remembering, and return to your center. The aim is not to empty your mind, but to shift your allegiance to presence. After the silence, open your awareness slowly. Move your fingers, feel your breath, and speak a closing line aloud if you wish. Thank you. I will carry this frequency into my day, or I will return to this throne. If you did the practice, good. If you did not, that is fine too. The invitation remains. Consistency matters more than intensity. Repeat daily for a week and notice what changes, not in grand miracles promised, but in small calibrations. A quieter mind, an intuitive nudge that proves useful, a dream that carries clarity. Now, a few practical troubleshooting notes. If you feel strong resistance while doing the practice, anxiety, fear of what might come up, or moral panic, pause. You can scale the practice down. Do a single breath, a single report, a single claim, and breathe out. If resistance persists, seek the support of a trusted guide or counselor who can work with you safely. A responsible spiritual pathway is never isolation. If collapse appears, remember to ground. Simple steps work. Drink cool water, step outside, feel the ground under your feet, and speak grounding sentences. I am safe in my body. The field is reconfiguring around my intention. If echoes appear, celebrate the subtle confirmations but maintain discernment. Not every coincidence is a sign. Sometimes it is simply life moving. Neutrality is the true test. When it arrives, you will notice a less reactive heart. We must also be clear about boundaries with institutional language. When we speak of archons, the demiurge, and old mythic forces, we do so as metaphors that describe energetic patterns and collective conditioning. This is not an indictment of institutions per se, nor is it a call to paranoia. These archetypes help some people map their inner landscape. Use them as tools of understanding, not as excuses. Before we close, let me repeat one crucial point. The real work of reclaiming your antenna is about precise frequency work, not frantic searching. The three keys, recognition, authority, command, are small, repeatable acts of alignment. They rewire how you hold presence, not by forcing outcomes, but by changing what you tune into. Lifestyle supports are optional and personal. Scientific claims about chemical effects on the pineal remain contested. Always approach such claims with healthy skepticism and consult professionals for health matters. As you go forward, consider a simple practical regimen. Each morning, before checking your phone, take 3 minutes of the protocol. Report your presence, claim your authority, issue one concise command, and release. Keep a small notebook for any echoes that come. Dreams, synchronicities, subtle prompts. After 2 weeks, review the notebook and notice patterns. You will learn to recognize the difference between craving for results and quiet integration. This path asks for patience and integrity. It resists sensationalism. It asks you to stop begging and start issuing precise signals from your center. You are not a supplicant. You are a pneumaticos, a spirit person who remembers. Remember also that collective practice amplifies effect. If this practice resonated, comment now. I activate the pineal. Press like. Let the community know you are participating. This simple act is an anchor, a signal of intention shared among others who are reclaiming their listening. Finally, a closing invocation. Feel the seat beneath you, the breath entering and leaving. Bring your hands to rest over your chest if that feels right. Address the source in the way that honors you, the name you choose. I will offer a compact, command-like set of phrases you can echo or adapt. Monad. I return to my center. I reclaim the authority to hear. Clear the veil that dulls my antenna. Restore the thread of intuitive sight. Let me act from quiet discernment. It is done. Hold the silence that follows. Breathe. When you are ready, open your eyes slowly. Carry this frequency into ordinary acts. Washing dishes, walking, speaking with loved ones. Let it be ordinary. Let it be steady. If you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel for deeper guided sessions and weekly practices that build on this frequency. We will explore variations of the 3 key protocol, grounding practices, and safe lifestyle choices you can consider. Above all, be kind to yourself in this process. The door between you and your intuition is not a one-time fix. It is a relationship to cultivate. Your attention, repeated with careful clarity, is the key. Go gently, return often. Reclaim your antenna step by steady step.